I am by no means a fan of video game live commentaries, but when I see those handsome fellows Aaron Hansen and Dan Avidan play a Sonic game, I just can't help myself. And recently it has come to my attention that they have in fact started a new Sonic series. I wonder which one they are playing this time. This could be interesting. Released in 2003, Sonic Heroes was the first main series Sonic title to be released exclusively on non-Sega brand hardware after the previous iterations of the franchise failed to buoy the Dreamcast to success. Therefore, it didn't exactly have big shoes to fill, which is maybe what prompted Sonic Team to take a more unorthodox approach to the 3D action platformer, with the idea of having 3 playable characters at once. It wasn't great, and I knew before I'd even clicked on the video that the Game Grumps were going to have a brilliant time with this one.
Oh God, Lord, have mercy, please.
Yes.
What did I do to deserve this?
Feel my pain.
What?
Oh, but don't get me wrong, I loved this game as a kid, but I mean love in like a different way, which actually means hate. So I thought now would be a good opportunity to do my own review on this game that I love so much. Of course, the first step of a video game review is actually playing the game. The problem there is that you have to actually play the game. And I really don't want to do that. Well, I guess if it's for a noble cause. This intro brings back memories. It may seem cheesy now, but when I was 8 years old, this would have been the coolest thing in the world. Hell, people make fun of it now, but when Shadow the Hedgehog came out, me and my friends thought it was the peak of coolness. I remember talking to a friend who owned it, and he was like, yeah, you get to have a gun, and you ride a motorbike, and Sonic dies in the intro. And he does. But he's like right there. He didn't die. Why does he die in the intro? One of the first things you might notice about this game is the 99 save files. 99 save files. Who is the guy with 99 Sonic Heroes save files? I don't even want to play this game once, let alone 99 times. Well, maybe you've just got a big family. I've got a save file for me, my parents, and all 96 of my brothers and sisters so we can all play Sonic Heroes together. I don't even know if a PS2 memory card could handle 99 save files. It seemed odd, so I googled it, and I found this Reddit post. I have a copy of Sonic Heroes, so I would check for myself, but I am specifically asking because I remember as a kid the game glitched out and suddenly I had 99 save files. The game I own still has 99 save files, so that wasn't a dream or anything, but I have severe memory issues due to trauma. So I'm wondering if it's ever really had any less than that. Wait, hold up. Severe memory issues due to trauma? The game wasn't that bad. I think. I'm making fun of the idea, but 99 save files is actually quite progressive. Back in the day, you could have as many save files as you wanted, but then games decided that for some reason, 3 was going to be the limit. Well, why 3? Like, my memory card's completely empty. Well done, Sonic Heroes, you did something good. Maybe other games could take inspiration from this, like maybe Pokemon. I'm looking at you. Before the game starts, you have to pick your team. We have Team Sonic, of course featuring Sonic, Tails and Knuckles. Team Rose, I don't know who these guys are. I know these guys. It's Team Dark from Sonic Adventure 2, starring Shadow the Hedgehog and Rouge the Bat. Let's just play Team Sonic for now. Beginning the game, we get this cutscene where Sonic gets a letter from Dr. Robotnik, or Eggman now, I guess. What most people focus on here is how this piece of paper somehow has a moving image of Dr. Eggman on it, and is also speaking.
Think you can stop me?
What I'm more interested in though is the stock Microsoft Windows Impact font. We're really setting the bar high here. If this is the level of quality we're looking at, I dread to imagine what's to come. But hey, I shouldn't judge the entire game based on a single font. Some of the greatest games of all time used Windows fonts. For example, The Sims' extensive use of Comic Sans. I can never play The Sims again now. Let's take a look at that 3-character gameplay, shall we? You can choose between speed, flight, and power, and each character has their own unique abilities. Well, I say you can choose, the game mostly chooses for you. All throughout the levels you have these TVs telling you exactly which character to use, turning the whole experience into some giant glorified game of Simon Says. It tells you to do the thing, and then you do the thing. That's hardly the main problem with this game though. Most of this game is okay, but the controls. The controls just ruin everything. Sonic naturally runs around at the speed of sound, and Knuckles just flails his fists around everywhere. This wouldn't matter if the game was designed to accommodate this, but all the stages seem to consist of tiny platforms over bottomless death. Like it's not even 1 or 2 levels, it's every single one. Then we have the grinding sections where you have to use these questionable controls to land on thin rails. Then once you're on the rails, you have to switch rails. And the way the game accomplishes this seems to be hurling you to the side and hoping you collide with something. And more often than not, you don't. But hey, I'm just complaining about nothing at this point. Grinding had never been done before in video games. It's not like any other games had masterfully executed this mechanic 2 years prior to the release of this one. The bosses in this game aren't that bad. Well, mostly. In fact, they're kind of a welcome respite between sessions of excruciating pain. They're kind of a bit weird though. Like that one where you run into Amy Rose. So naturally, like any self-respecting hedgehog, you beat the ever-living crap out of her. Possibly a domestic abuse case waiting to happen, but hey, who hasn't always wanted to smash Amy Rose? Also, later on in the game, you get to fight Team Dark, featuring Shadow the Hedgehog and Rouge the Bat. The characters in this game just won't stop talking. Everything you do, they've got some word of advice or wisecrack to make.
It's really steep here. Be careful.
Here are a couple of my favourite moments of exquisite dialogue.
Shah!
Oh! I'm falling!
All right. All right. All right. All right. Ready anytime. Yahoo! 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 Whoa! What's with that giant rock?
It's coming this way!
Get out of the way! Here we go! Not bad!
Please.
Looking good!
The worst offender has possibly got to be Tails.
That's an armored train!
Yes, I can see the armored train's tails.
Look at all those Eggman's robots!
Yes, you pointed them out earlier, Tails. Shut up! It doesn't help that they gave him the most annoying voice ever heard in any video game known to mankind.
Sonic,
He sounds so out of place. He's just like a 5-year-old hanging around with these 2 adult men. How old is he even supposed to be? 8? Yeah, I guess that makes sense. You've got bios for all the characters in this instruction manual. I wonder... excuse me for 1 second. Luckily, I've still got Rouge. Oh, Jesus Christ, no! Don't worry, crisis averted. Since Sonic Heroes was released, Sega's just casually bumped up her age just a notch. Good call, Sega. They also seem to have increased Amy Rose's age since the Archie Comics continuity. Wait, Amy's physical age is closer to 17 due to using the Ring of Acorns. Yeah, you just keep telling yourself that, why don't you? Sonic Heroes adds a lot of new stuff like the Team Blast and this tornado thing. One thing that's notably missing though is the presence of a Chow Garden. The Chow Garden is of course that thing introduced in Sonic Adventure where you can hatch and raise chows. Fans of the game always say it was really good, so I thought I'd mention it. I never really understood it myself though. I always found it a bit weird. A bit weird is actually quite a good summary of Sonic Adventure. I don't exactly love it as much as I love Sonic Heroes, but Sonic Team had to be smoking something when they made this. Yes, I see. The animation is perhaps slightly questionable. The characters have a habit of standing completely motionless, while their faces spasm and contort. Tails is also, once again, a major offender. You know, maybe I'm being too hard on this game. I guess it was 1998. Developers hadn't quite pinned down facial expressions just yet. Then again, Spyro the Dragon came out 3 months earlier, and look at his animations. They're great! Look at those facial expressions! People always say Sonic games haven't aged well, but they weren't exactly groundbreaking to begin with. I would suggest it's mostly nostalgia talking, but to be fair, Spyro the Dragon was my childhood game, so maybe I'm just as blinded by nostalgia as everyone else. Anyway, I've been trying to beat Tails' story, but I just can't work out what to do. There's no indication of where to go, and I'm kind of stuck. I wonder what's through here. No! But back to Sonic Heroes, if you haven't been following along up to this point, I don't really like this game very much. And I especially didn't like it when I was 8. If it was any other franchise, I would never have bought another game in the series. But of course, I ended up getting Sonic and the Secret Rings as soon as that came out, a game where they couldn't even be bothered to animate the cutscenes, so you can imagine just how well that went. It's a weird thing with Sonic. It seems to have tricked us into thinking it's good. Oh, it's a new Sonic game and I like Sonic. I remember him on the Genesis Mega Drive. I remember, along with many other people, being excited when the trailer for Sonic Boom was released. Like, did we not learn? Did we learn nothing from Sonic 06? Like, we always get so excited for the next Sonic game. Like, this time, it's gonna be good. This time, it won't be absolute utter garbage. But it always is. Anyway, I forgot to mention that Big the Cat's in this game, so if that's not enough reason to burn it and perform an exorcism on the ashes, you may just be a lost cause. Also, I can't get over the fact that Big the Cat has the same voice actor as Duke Nukem.
I'll rip your head off and shit down your neck.
Whoa!
This meme will never die because we are in the beam. will be